Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm back again doing another video, the live stream. Um, Excited to get this PSG Champions League preview underway here, as well as go over some Twitter reports, some transfer news, some stuff that happened online today. So I will cut right to the chase. Let me pull up this site right here. We have Man City and PSG playing tomorrow. Of course, as everyone knows, we've got a predicted 11 here on the right for City. And, it's kind of interesting playing PSG, and there's no Mbappe, there's no Neymar, and there's no Messi. It's kind of weird. Don't really know what to think of that exactly, but it's a little bit less scary, I would say. I don't think people really fear PSG right now. I'm sure they're dominating Liga and they're going to win the title, but again, it's how important is that? How much does that really prove? Can see over in their lineup. Honestly, the only real danger men I would fear is Dembele, who on his day is a pretty good player, but super inconsistent, injury prone kind of guy. So he's looking to start on the right, it looks like. And then they have a couple midfielders that are pretty good. Warren Zaire-Emery is an impressive player. I remember back when PSG were wanting to buy Bernardo Silva from us. He was one that we wanted to look at maybe getting a swap deal and then some cash and of course PSG said no. He's our future, so no go there. They got Hakimi at right back, Nuno Mendes at left back, Fabian Ruiz and Vitinha also in the midfield. So it's not like they're devoid of talent or anything, but definitely have a downgraded squad, at least in my opinion, compared to previous years. If you look at the Champions League table following the games today, I know my face is blocking some of it, and I can actually move that for you. So let's do that. City sitting in 24th place, the last place to be in qualifying for the next round. So, we have 2 games left. Definitely need a result tomorrow. It's a must get a point. A win would be great. A win probably puts us through, I would guess. Can't imagine a win wouldn't put us through. But, if we lose and then we win at Bruges or against Bruges at the Etihad, which we should, I think we still would probably be we might need some help to qualify. So we will see. We will see for sure. But PSG, look, they're in 26th. So by no means are they a domineering team throughout this group stage. They've really struggled in Europe, obviously, as have City. But it's not a team that I think we should be fearing, I guess, is the word I would say. And we are coming into form finally. Unbeaten in the last 6, as I mentioned yesterday. This would make it 7, and really going into the toughest stretch of our schedule starting tomorrow. So tomorrow, game's at 3 o'clock Eastern for me over here in the U.S. I will not be doing a live stream. Going to be at work actually for that, but I'll still watch it. Don't you worry. Not ever going to miss a City game. So I did want to see the injury report. Now, I will pull this up. The official 21-man traveling squad for City. We have Ederson, Ortega, Scott Carson, Rico Lewis, Mateus Nunes. I love how they kind of put him there as he's like one of the defenders, Mateus Nunes. So maybe he'll be starting at right back. Max Aline, not going to play, of course. Kanji Diaz, Stones back in the team. Very nice. Vardiol, Jacob Wright, Nico O'Reilly, Gundogan, Kovacic, De Bruyne, McAtee, Bernardo, Foden, Grealish, Savinho, and Haaland here. Little bit surprising not to see Jeremy Doku, unfortunately. But like I put on Twitter earlier, it's actually not that surprising. I put this up a little while ago, and I checked it to double confirm. But Doku, since signing for City, has yet to play back-to-back full 90s. He was close a couple times, but he's always at least subbed off or didn't start the following game subsequently after playing 90 minutes. So, he's a season and a half into his career and 0 back-to-back full 90 minutes played. It's just crazy to me that's a thing. Anyway, I'll go back over here to my bookmarks from today. Elsewhere, we do see there's some more Andrea Cambiaso reports. Sam Lee, very trusted source, of course, talking about that we've had talks. This is pretty generic. We have held talks over fullback Andrea Cambiaso. I'm sure we've held talks with, multiple clubs about multiple players over the past few months. So that's not really that surprising to me. But the more surprising one was this source here, right here, Nicola Shira. He was one of the first ones talking about the initial link and the transfer. Juventus asking for 75 million euros. City interested, of course, and would offer a contract till 2030, 6 mil a year, no official bids, etc., etc. However, today, an hour ago, we are going to submit our first bid at this week. So, I don't know how close we're going to get to that 75 million euro asking price, but for me, you got to sign a right back. Kyle Walker is gone. I don't think I'm happy with running Mateus Nunes at right back the rest of the year and I guess he's just never going to play in the midfield because Pep doesn't trust him clearly. And he's not that he's been, poor defensively in right back when he's filling in, but I don't know how he would do over a prolonged period of time starting as our starting right back. I'd much rather have a Kanji play right back and sprinkle in some Rico Lewis than keep spamming Nunes right back. It just seems like a bad idea to me. So if we can get Cambiaso, I'd be thrilled. Doesn't matter to me what we want to bid. People already hate us for spending money, so whatever, it is what it is. Spend what it takes to get the deal done. To me, that's what I'd be going for. Now, that's most of what I've seen on Twitter. There's nothing else really going on. I know Juventus played today. Douglas Luiz, of course, another player we're linked to. I don't think he had a particularly great game. I can check and see the match reports here. 0-0 against Club Brugge. Again, Brugge not a super impressive team. So, I don't know. Let's see here. He got a 7, according to FotMob. I don't know if that's, the most reliable rating system here. Cambiaso with a 6.8, but he was subbed off 76 minutes. So, I saw on Twitter at least that he was not super impressive, and people are unsure about that. But it is what it is. If we can't get a midfielder before the window is up, a loan with an option to buy in summer is fine with me. Douglas Luiz was is a former City player, even if he didn't really play a game for us technically, because he had a work visa, work permit issue, and we had to loan him out. But he is Prem proven, and maybe he just hasn't adapted to Italy, to the league. I don't know, but there's a good player in there. I mean, he went for 50 million in the summer to Juventus for a reason. He was one of Aston Villa's best players last year. People were very upset. Villa fans were upset when they had to sell him for PSR reasons and thought that he was the key anchor to that midfield and why they were so good. Maybe that's not the case because, they've been incredible again midfield-wise this year with Onana and Kamara and Yuri Tielemans. So, maybe it wasn't all Douglas Luiz and we were incorrect on that. But again, for me, he's good enough to come in, stopgap 6 months if we cannot get someone else on a more permanent basis. So stopgap for 6 months, Douglas Luiz, if at the least to me. Maybe Juventus don't want to do that because they want to get him off the books. But I don't know. City should definitely hold firm on no obligation to buy because he could come in and have a stinker 6 months and then we're stuck with him. So hopefully it's a loan but hopefully it's someone else actually. but that remains to be seen. So going on to the PSG game, of course, as I always do, want to do a lineup builder here with the squad limits that we have in place. Of course, none of the signings we've made this week are going to be available. I do think that in goal, Ederson's going to hold it down. Seems like he is back to being the number one. Again, I mentioned that yesterday in my watch-along. If he's cool with playing and his head's in the game and he wants to be here for the time being, start the guy. He's better than Ortega. He just is. No problems with that for me. Right back, again, I have been predicting Rico Lewis to go there, but it seems like we're just going to be rocking with Mateus Nunes at right back. And it did work pretty well last game because he gets pretty advanced. And then you have Foden here at right wing, kind of being able to tuck in, sit next to KDB. Sort of opposite of what Gvardiol does over here on the left. And this is a really important game, as I mentioned, so I don't expect to see much rotation for this game because we need to qualify for the group stage. I don't know how much of a chance we have at winning the Champions League this year, unfortunately. But for me, we gotta go for it. You never know. It's a knockout competition. Anyone can win any given night. So I'm cool with that. Now in the center back roles, I am desperate for Ruben Diaz to get back in the team. The dude is a leader. We just look so much better when he's playing for me. And next to him, Akanji is probably who I'm going with. I don't think John Stones will be ready. And even if he is, he could come on and get injured in the first half. So for me, let's just roll with this back line for now. Hopefully, Stones, continues to build the fitness, and then our new signings, Kusanov and Heiss, are available at the weekend maybe, and they can sprinkle in some game time here and there just to give these guys a bit of a break. But with them being, 20 and 18 years old respectively, I don't know how much we can count on them this season for that, but we'll see. We will definitely see. Let me move my webcam again over here so you can see the whole lineup. Now this is where it gets interesting. I will, of course, just fill out the obvious area here with Haaland starting up top because we have no other option. I think the midfield of KDB, Gundogan, and Kovacic was good against Ipswich, but I don't know, for me, if that works against PSG. They're obviously a better team, even if I've kind of played them down, talked them down a bit here. They're obviously better than Ipswich. So let me think here. I'm gonna go with Kevin. He's been our best player the last month or so, maybe a little bit less. But for me, I'm gonna do that. I think you need to bring in Bernardo. He's gotten a bit of a rest recently, so I'll go with Bernardo. I think Gundogan needs to come out this game, and we can go with Kovacic here and see how that feels correct to me. Something like this, where he's tucked in, he can come up here, and then Phil out here on the right. Of course, that's probably where he's going to be, especially if Nunes is in this right back role where he's bombing up and down. Like I said, Phil will tuck in and be a little bit more central, and even Bernardo can come a bit deeper here. Now on the left, it's clear, it's obvious. Jack, I wish you were in better form or something was going on better at the club, and your personal life seems to not be going super great, and it seems like that's impacting your situation at City and why you're not playing. I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen anything official about what is the problem, but I just don't know how he starts a game going forward. Like, something's clearly going on. Pep's calling him out a bit in the media, which he really doesn't ever do with players, so that's a bit surprising. So for me, he's on the bench, and he's gonna hold bench for a while. I mean, I was hoping in the Brentford game he would come on, kill the game off, but sub wasn't made, and that's just how it goes. he came on with the young boys against Ipswich. So I think Savinho holds left wing down. We got Marmoush coming in later this week, and he's probably going to just go right past Grealish in the pecking order. So I don't know. I would have loved somehow if Grealish can get into the midfield, and maybe if for some reason he wants to rest KDB, this is Jack or this is Phil here, and Jack's on the left and Savinho plays on the right since there's no Doku. But I don't know. That's what we're looking at here. Now I wanted to see, is Oscar Bob traveling? No, he is not. Would have thought maybe there was a shout for Oscar Bob to get some game time, but if he's not traveling, of course he's not going to play. Maybe Chelsea, maybe Sunday, he'll be available to get some minutes, which would be great. Hopefully we get a result here. I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with 1-1 in my prediction for what I think is going to happen. I'll go with the draw, 1-1. Holland gets one early. And, defensively, maybe we tire a bit and concede the second half. That's what I'll go with initially. Could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully we get all 3 points and kind of wrap up qualification here. But elsewhere, there's not really much news. Once there is more news, of course, I'll be back to another video like I always do. I do appreciate people who watch it. The channel's growing nicely. I'm up past 10 subscribers, which is pretty cool. I just do this for fun, talk about my team. Not a lot of Premier League fans over here in Florida, not a lot of Premier League fans where I live specifically. So doing this is fun, just talking to, the YouTube and Twitter and just getting my opinion out there. It's cool. I like it. I really enjoy it. So I would appreciate any new subscribers if they, leave a comment, leave a like, whatever. Or you can see my my Twitter in the description of the video, and you can follow me on there, DM me. I'd love to have some people on, do like a co-hosted show talking about, our opinions and getting our voices heard. So with that being said, that is it for tonight's video. Be back following the game tomorrow. Maybe do a post-game recap, some player ratings, hopefully, if I have some time. But with that,